Good evening, people weeples. I have just spent way too much time trying to get this crap centered in the freaking middle of the camera, so this is as good as it gets, and I want to go ahead and film the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Here you have the difference between true God and false gods of sorts. Now, this includes when you hear somebody talking about what they think is God, and what they're saying sounds like bullshit. They're confused and they actually worship a false god. So, these differences are pretty hard to actually think of for yourself, but once they're explained, they should make perfect sense. The reason why they're hard to think of for yourself is because you're fighting this fucker, one of these fuckers, or their mother, which is the main one of these fuckers, every time you try to make this distinction for yourself. True God. Responsible parent. Wants his children to grow up and move the fuck out of the house. False God. Clingy parent. Wants them to return to source and stay with them forever. Control them completely. True God gives dominion. False God requires dominance. I require that you bow down and worship me. Whereas real God, you can choose whether or not to worship. You choose whether or not to do just about fucking anything. And you're pretty much in charge of your own life. Kind of already covered that with the responsible parent, clingy parent. Grow up, move out, stay home, return to source. Sorry. I need to actually read the fucking shit that I wrote, whenever I wrote this. So, anyway, sorry. True God, salvation. Wants you to go on, do your thing. Live forever. Be forgiven. Slavery. Do this or else. True God, individuality. False God, unity. Again, with the whole returning to source thing. True God, the story of true love. True love exists, people. You need to factor that you cannot figure out existence without figuring out that true love exists, okay? Sorry. Hate to break it to you. False God. Love is a result of conscious experience, or the ultimate form of conscious experience, or love is the result of God experiencing through all of us, and God is the result of all of our experience. God doesn't create us. We kind of all create God. See, the whole idea of losing individuality when you die and becoming a spirit that becomes one with God and loses an individuality altogether, you're being consumed, swallowed up, devoured, and digested willfully. I don't know how else to really put that and make it any more fucking clear. That's what that is. That's what all these new age fucking, this is the true new world order, okay? It's everything based on Kabbalah meant to enslave the fucking Gentiles. True God. New world order. False God. New age enlightenment movement. Okay. Do you know what the new world order is? The new world order is people who want negotiations before invasions. That's pretty much it. The New World Order is and the government shall be upon his shoulders. You're looking at the place where God's supposed to always be in control, when you're supposed to be looking at the synagogue of Satan, those who say they are Jews and are not. The greatest trick the devil pulled off was creating you that he don't even fucking exist. Guess what? There it is. True God. Death is a curse, and murder is a sin. False God. Oh, well, that's all just the circle of life. True God. The veil will be lifted, and all will be revealed by false God. You can lift yourself above the veil. You can awaken and self-enlighten. The truth is within you, because you create God. We all create God. We're God. No, you're God's children. Very, very small, very, very silly, very ungrateful children. True God. God was the first man. False God. Adam was the first man. True God. Who loved, loves, and will always love is Goddess. False God. Adam was the first man, quote. And if God is sentient, he must hate his own children. God can't be sentient because bad things happen, right? So God has to be a result of consciousness for him to be loved, right? You know who complains about tough love? Spoiled children. Now, there's such a thing as going over the top, the way Mars and Pride have both done for the sake of their mother. There is certainly over the top the way their mother has gone in the past 1,000 years. For 1,000 years, the whore fucking ruled all of you slaves. Guess what? That bee's in the trap. I know. Because I be's the one to trap the bitch. I love how fucking silly I get to be. And I love how, like, the stupider people are, the more serious they think they're taking things. Fucking cracks me up. I know it's got to be cracking some of my people up. Huh. Okay. Let me give you an idea of how easy it would be for me to just make normal fucking videos. I used to sell brand new automobiles for a living. I've been in management most of my life. Like, I'm just trying to say, like, if I wanted to be all proper and present myself and be like every fucking news reporter on the planet, just read the news and tell you nothing, I have no fucking problem doing that. I'm trying to teach you how to not be a fucking moron. If you have a problem with what I'm trying to teach you, you're probably just a fucking moron. Stop being a moron. I don't know what else you're supposed to do other than that. Because this is not the classroom for dropouts. If you're not a dropout, if you've kept the faith, you should like and subscribe.